let's imagine that that's the only money you have, and obviously you want to take care of it. So let's see what I would suggest you should do with it. Action. Hi guys, this is Miss Doctor here. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, you will love this video because today we are going to talk about how to invest £1,000. If you are new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up. It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. And once you subscribe, just click on the bell icon as well. It really helps to get notifications about new videos. So let's just dive in and talk about what I would do, what I would recommend and advise you to do if you had £1,000. It's really precious to you, so you really want to put it in the right way. First of all, can I just say, if that's the only £1,000 you have, I would just stop right there and just think about it. If you really want to invest it, or just think about, have you got any debt that maybe need to be serviced? Because if you had £1,000 debt and now you have £1,000 savings, but then you pay interest on the debt, then it doesn't make sense to invest the £1,000, because the money that you're gonna get for the £1,000 investment is very likely less than the interest that you are paying for the £1,000 debt. So service all debt that you have first, and then if you're on the top of that you have £1,000 savings, now we're talking. Now we can think about investing and we can discuss what we can do with it. Just think about, if something happens, all of a sudden you break your leg, or someone needs to pay some kind of medical bill, your car breaks down, or something breaks down and you need to buy something. Do you have some money put aside for these kind of emergencies, or umbrella funds? I like to call it umbrella funds, because it's for rainy days, if you like, and you need to have at least £1,000, or to be honest, ideally 3 to 6 months monthly wages put away for emergencies, for rainy days, just so you don't have a hard time if something like that happens. You don't have to dive in and use credit cards again, or get into debt again, because you didn't have like a wiggle room, you didn't have an emergency fund. That out of the way, so we talked about servicing debt and also having an emergency fund. But let's imagine you have all that sorted, you have emergency fund, you don't have any debt, and you have £1,000 to invest. What do you do with it? Many options. You could just stick in a savings account, and you could earn a very generous 0.01% or less interest. Yeah, it's really little, as you can hear it. So banks' savings accounts don't really give you a lot of return. Well, they do take your money and they invest it in the stock market, and they use it for, I don't know, purchasing big buildings and rent it out, and then they use your money, and they do give a little bit of money back for you, to you for that. But at the same time, the money that you get for a savings account might not be the biggest investment return that you would be wishing for. So, but that's an option as well. You could just put it in a savings account and have it sit there. It's better than put it under your pillow or under the mattress or anything like that. So that's one option. The second option would be going to invest it in a physical product that maybe you can flip, and maybe you can make more money out of it. So you could purchase something and flip it on the internet, some kind of marketplace, or even an actual physical market, for more money. So now you made out of the £1,000, let's say £2,000. So you have more money to work with. That's another way to invest the £1,000. But my absolute favorite is to invest the £1,000 in yourself. Because at the end of the day, you're gonna be with yourself for the longest time. You need to make yourself marketable. You need to have the type of skills that would allow you to earn more money, and you could multiply the £1,000 that way. Let's imagine that you don't have a driving license, but if you did have a driving license and eventually you buy a car or you rent a car for the time being, then maybe you could do jobs that need a car. For example, I don't know, you could do deliveries, or you could I don't know, you could be a taxi driver or whatever you want. There's a lot of things that you can do with a car. For example, that could be an investment. You invested in yourself, you got a driving license, you have more skills, you have more opportunities and more possibilities for generating more money. Or maybe you decide to do a course that allows you to step up on the ladder at work, and you could earn more money, you could apply for a better job. So that would be another investment in yourself. And to be honest, Warren Buffett as well, he's the biggest investor of all time. He advises the same thing. You need to invest in yourself first, because that's the best investment you can make. Once you've done that as well and you're pretty happy with yourself, then we can talk about stocks and shares. I mean, stocks and shares, again, is a grey area. Some people really scared of it. But what they don't know is that they are less risky, stocks and shares and funds and index funds and ETFs, exchange traded funds, and they are more riskier as well. So they're more riskier individual funds that if you put all your money in, you could potentially lose it as well. You need to make sure that you understand, or you have at least a basic understanding in investment. So there are options such as even just buying government bonds. Government bonds, a bond is a loan to the government. So for example, if the government wants to build a school, they will issue some bonds that, you know, people can buy, and they raise the money that way to build a school. What are the chances that the government is going to go bust? It's less than a company would go bust. So I have to say that it's fairly risk-free. Can we say that? Not so risky as other investment. Let's just keep it that way. You could invest in a government bond. You could invest in an index fund, which is basically a pot of shares and stocks of different stocks together. So there is the S&P 500, which is extremely popular and very well known, which includes 500 of the best US companies out there. You know, if one of them doesn't do very well, then the other company might do better, and it kind of evens it out. So index funds generally they perform pretty well on the long run. And even Warren Buffett as well, just to mention him again here, even he said that index funds do outperform most of the individual funds in the long run. So if you are about to invest for the long term, then invest in an index fund and an ETF. So that would be a pretty safer idea than other investment opportunities. Of course, you can invest in crypto as well. I don't know much about crypto, and I don't like investing in something that I don't really understand. If you are quite risk averse and you think that crypto is for you and you know a lot about it, then of course you can invest in crypto as well. Crypto is also another good option out there that you could invest in. You could consider that too. Another way to invest £1,000 is the peer-to-peer investing. So there are certain websites where people put on their project, and you could invest your money in that project, and they offer you quite a generous return, 10-15% or sometimes even more. Obviously, these projects are on these websites because banks and other institutions didn't lend them money, so it's obviously more riskier than stocks and shares or other investment opportunities that I've mentioned in this video already. If you are quite risk averse, again, you could go for that. It's not for everyone. Do your research and trust your gut feeling, and you will see if you like the peer-to-peer investment or not. And you can let me know. You can let me know in the comment section what you think about it. And I would like to just close this video with one of the biggest savings that most people have in their life, and that is the pension. You could just invest that £1,000 in a lump sum into your pension, which would be your biggest investment, and it's an investment into your future. You can live on when you grow a little bit older, and you could invest that again. And of course, don't forget that a lot of countries actually offer quite a generous pension contribution towards that as well. So if you put in certain amount of money into your pension, your company, your employer would likely match that and give you free money basically. So it's a really good way to multiply your £1,000. So these are my ideas that I could come up with, how I would invest £1,000. Let me know what you think. Let me know your ideas in the comment section, and let's get some discussion going out. Let's get some discussion going down there in the comment section. I love that. Let's build a community, and let's see what we can do together. So see you next time. Bye.